Hello, everyone. This is author, motivational speaker, and dating coach Matthew C. Horne. And I'm bringing you a video tonight titled, She Must Decide She Wants You and Not Conclude That She Wants You. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life, in addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push me with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. But let's get right to it. She must decide she wants you and not conclude that she wants you. And you must become a man that's worth being decided on very early on in an interaction with a woman. See, in order to become a man that a woman can decide on, then you have to craft yourself into a man that a woman can look at, spend time with, and decide that this is a man that she could pair herself with. And in order to craft yourself into that man, you must consult the crafter, your creator. You must fall in love with yourself and have no need or desire to be anyone other than yourself. You must embrace your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your trajectory, your path, your purpose, your destiny. All of those things will become apparent to you when you consult your crafter, who is your creator. And that's going to make you stand out. And that's going to easily allow a woman to decide on you, because most men subscribe to the matrix. Most men are going to take on society's definition of who they should be, as opposed to going internally and finding out who they were created to be and falling in love with that man, that true representation of who they are. So that's why you have to craft yourself into a man that can be decided on. Because if a woman doesn't decide that she wants to be with you and she's still there, that means she's concluded that she wants to be with you. And that's a dangerous place. Because a woman has to leave and come back if she has concluded that she wants to be with you. A woman has to be with you and simultaneously play her other options in order to decide that she wants to be with you. And I'm sorry, in order to conclude that she wants to be with you. But when a woman is decided, you are her singular focus. She's identified the rest of the men that surround her, and she's taken a look at you and identified you as greater than the rest of the men that she's dealing with. You have the greatest potential. She has the greatest connection with you. You have the greatest connection with yourself. And that's what makes her decide on you, as opposed to having to entertain other options or leave and come back and conclude that she wants you. These are stark contrasts, the two. They're very stark contrasts. And if a woman has to leave and come back, that means she's entertained a myriad of men who represent her first choice, and they did not want her the way that she wanted them. And then she comes back. That's when she's concluded. That's when you're the default winner. That's it. You're the default winner at that point, because her first choice did not want her the way that she wanted her first choice. And so she reluctantly comes back. You're the default winner. You're the consolation prize. And so she's decided. But that woman is a danger to you, because she's never going to be satisfied, because she's always going to yearn for her first choice. So she's a danger to you, because the betrayal is coming, and it's going to be worse than the first time when she left you. She's a danger to you because you're a danger to yourself. And you're a danger to yourself because there was an open space for her to come back if she can successfully land back into your space. So she's a danger to you because you're a danger to yourself. And you're a danger to yourself because when she left, you were supposed to reassemble yourself and pull the energy back from her that you were giving to her. She should come back and she should find a man who is reassembled. And if you're still open when she comes back, it's because you were a danger to yourself. You didn't accept the reality of what happened. When a woman leaves you, She concludes that there's something better than you out there. And if you love yourself, then there's nothing better than you out there. And so her conclusion is not supposed to match the perception that you have of yourself. And so if she leaves you, then by the time she comes back, you should be reassembled, or you should be on the road to being reassembled, meaning that you're pulling the energy back that you had invested in her and you're reinvesting it in yourself. You're putting the energy where it's supposed to. See, you only put energy into her because she was a reflection of you. She was a reflection of how you saw yourself as the optimal man. And so since her sentiment towards you was a reflection of how you see yourself, then she was worth the investment. And then the minute that her perception of you no longer matched the perception that you have of yourself, then naturally you withdraw your energy. So you give her the free reign and the free space to go out there and explore. Because you will always choose yourself over any woman. And you only choose women who are choosing you the way that you choose yourself every day. That's called balance. So she's supposed to come back to a restored, balanced space if she left and came back, meaning that there's no room for her. She's supposed to look different when she comes back. She's supposed to look like any other woman, because she's supposed to look like any other woman, because the fact that she doesn't see you the way that you see yourself, that by virtue of that, she has now become any other woman. And the only reason that you gave her your energy because she was you and you're not the ordinary man. She was you because her sentiments, her behaviors, her commitments, her energy was given to you in accordance with how you give yourself energy, how you revere yourself, how you love yourself. That's why there was a seat for her at the table. But when she withdraws herself and she has to see what's out there, or she's with you, but she's really not with you, she's exploring her options and her energy is changing, then that's it. You pull your energy back. And there's no space that's supposed to be reserved for her, because you only have a space reserved for yourself in your life when she comes back. And so, once again, she should look like any other woman. And whatever conclusion that she came to about you, whatever conclusion that she came to about you in your absence, is none of your business when she comes back. She can see you in the brightest light with the most clear focus that she's ever seen you. But the reality is that she had to leave and find out your value in your absence. Women don't have to do that with their first choice. Because when a woman is with her first choice, okay, this is what it looks like. She decides on that man. She decides on that man as soon as she meets him. There's a love that he has for himself. There's an energy radiating from him that is different. There is something that she can pair herself with and benefit from in a healthy way. She recognizes that. Even if she can't personify it just yet, she recognizes it. And this is how that woman will decide on you. She'll see the decisions you've made about yourself. She'll see the love, the reverence, the respect, the vision, the purpose. She'll see the optimal things that govern your life. And that allows her to make an easy decision, that she can see a life with you. See, this is the difference between a woman deciding on you and concluding about you. The woman who decided on you says, I can see a life with him. Like I'm not going to give him that level of commitment yet. He has to show me some things, but I can see my life with him. The woman that is concluding about you says, can I spend my life with him? One is definitive. The other is entrenched with questions. Why does she have questions? Because she's not decided on you. And why is she there? Because you haven't decided on yourself. So let's get back to this woman who's decided on you. She sees very positive attributes for her future in you. She sees the best in you. She sees all of you. And she's concluded that your best is better than any impediments that you may possess. And so she'll speak to your best. She'll observe your best. She'll champion your best. And when you're not at your best, then she will give you a reminder that you are better than what you are exhibiting. And she needs you to be better and to be in a constant state of understanding the best that you have to offer, because her survival is dependent on it. That woman wants to submit to you. And when a woman submits to you, she's acknowledged that your way is better than hers. So if this woman is going to abandon her way, she needs to have trust in your way. And the only way that she can trust your way is that you have an awareness of the man that she knows that you can become. Because even if you've reached exponential heights in life, that woman needs you to continue to evolve. There's no stagnation if she's going to submit to you, because she's saying your way is better than mine. I need you constantly becoming better. And if you're a man of vision and purpose, her need for you to constantly become better is not going to push you there. The reality that you've accepted your visions and purpose for your life, and that the understanding that you're never going to arrive until your last breath is taken, that's going to keep you in a perpetual state of growth. But that woman needs to see that you have a perpetual state of growth mindset if she's going to insert herself into your space. If she's going to truly solidify the decision from I can see my life with him to I definitely can't see my life without him. It's the trust that you and the results in your life create in her mind that makes her go from I can see a life with him to I can't see my life without him, because the trust has been established that you see yourself the exact way that she sees when she discerned and she observed and she championed and she identified every positive attribute that you have. She sized you up, and rightfully so, because her future depends on you. And so when she sees that you're in a constant state of exploring the fullness of every attribute that the crafter has given you, now she can insert herself there because you are the man that's worth being submitted to. But she's been decided on you. She just had to make sure that you were decided on yourself before she could fully insert herself into your space and conclude that I cannot see my life without him. That's the woman who's decided on you. But the woman who has to conclude, that's a very dangerous woman. And she's only dangerous because you're a danger to yourself. You're a danger to yourself because she left and came back and there was a space for her to re-enter your life. Because you didn't take the energy away from her and restore it back to yourself. Let me tell you what this looks like. I saw something on social media earlier this week, and the gentleman, this is some wild stuff, man. The gentleman was talking about how time goes by. He says no one talks about how painful it is after a breakup a year later. No one talks about how painful it still is 3 years later. And I sat there, I said, I can't believe I'm hearing this. Because we're human beings, and after a breakup, yes, there's going to be some pain. We're not robots. But if you take your energy back from her by accepting the reality that she does not want you the way that you want her, that is the reality that self-love will stain in your mind. You can no longer give energy to someone who doesn't want you the way that you want them if you truly love yourself. So that's how you move on, and that pain will begin to dissipate over time when you accept that reality every day that, yeah, I might want to pick that phone up and call her. Yeah, I wish that she knew how I felt about her and the energy that I put in. I wish she would just come to the conclusion on her own, but it was not in her to have eyes for you and recognize the magnitude of man that you are. But since you recognize yourself, you only have a space for women who recognize you. So there you are. Time is going by, and you're accepting that reality more every day. She does not want to be there the way that you want to be there. She doesn't want you the way that you want her. That is what allows the pain to dissipate, you to be able to reclaim your energy that you had in her and restore it back into yourself. And get to the point that you are absolved of her energy and her essence. So there's no way in hell a man should be talking about a year later, 3 years later, it still hurts like it was yesterday. You know why it hurts? Because you hate yourself. You don't love yourself enough to stop looking at those text messages. You don't love yourself enough to stop stalking her social media. You don't love yourself to completely close that fucking door. She walked out of the door, but what allows you to move on is when you completely close that door. And the only way to close that door with someone that you love, someone that you have a deep level of connection with that doesn't want to be there, is to acknowledge that she doesn't want to be there. So there's no space for her to come back after she concludes that she wants to be with you. Because you observed the reality that she didn't want to be there in the capacity that you wanted to be there. There was a mismatch. And whenever there's a mismatch, if you're truly a masculine, sexy, attractive, self-loving, heightened man, whenever there's a mismatch, your energy is always pulled back to yourself. And you face that pain alone. And you do what you have to do to be restored. And then once you're restored, she can never come back. Because there's no room for in and outs. This is grandma's house. The sexy, attractive, self-loving man is grandma's house. Ain't no in and outs up in here. You're in or you're out. And that's how you have to move forward with your life after that betrayal. Because a lot of times you didn't see it coming, or sometimes the signs were right there, and you didn't love yourself enough to pay attention to the imbalance and the inequity in the relationship. Well, I'm here to be a voice and a catalyst for you to wake up. Because the only thing that's left on the other side of not waking up is taking that woman back. And yes, she's concluded that she wants to be with you because you want a man that stimulated her to decide that she wants to be with you. Let me check my mic. All right, we still rolling. And see, when a woman concludes that she wants to be with you and you let her come back in, the betrayal, the second betrayal always far outweighs the first betrayal. That's just how it goes. And see, that's why you want to craft yourself into a man that a woman can decide on. Because two things are going to happen when it comes to these types of women. Life is going to give you sight to see, or life is going to have to show you. And see, when you craft yourself into an optimal man, and you consult the crafter about who you are and the best that you have to offer and the plans that he had for you by dismissing you to earth. That's how you consult the crafter. And that's how you craft yourself into an optimal man that is on full display for every elevated woman to deduce is a man that is worth concluding, that's a man that's worth deciding about. You consult the crafter. And then as you become what you're designed to be, then what's going to happen is you're going to have enough situations to develop a full awareness of how women move with the man that they deem as their first choice. Because you're operating in the fullness of why you showed up here. You're your first choice, and life is giving you everything back in accordance with you becoming your first choice. Because you went with the only intention for you to be here. You consulted the crafter, and you accepted your identity and your purpose. That's the highest functioning man that can exist on this earth. And since you did that, the life can give you eyes to see. But if you don't become your optimal best self, then any woman that breathes in your direction on a consistent basis, regardless of whether she's bringing you trouble, chaos, imbalance, any of those toxic and negative attributes into your life, regardless of you're happy she breathes in your direction. And when that becomes the case, then chaos is your reality. And when that woman can linger in your space, then life is now going to have to show you. So you always want to be in a position where life can give you eyes to see. Because if you're not in a position for life to give you eyes to see, you're going to go down a road you're not supposed to with a woman you're not supposed to, and then life is going to have to show you. And then when life has to show you, then that means you've suffered a penalty because you went down a road with a rogue woman who is not supposed to be there because you weren't present for yourself in the capacity that you were supposed to. But as long as you're breathing, life is always going to posture you to be in the best positions, even if you make the wrong decisions. But by the time life has to show you, it's too late. It's too late. You're going to suffer. And you're at the mercy of life at that point. But why not develop yourself into a man and craft yourself into a man that can see? So that life doesn't have to show. I've said enough. This has been Matthew C. Horne, author, motivational speaker, and dating coach. Bring you a video tonight talking about you always want to go with the woman. She must decide on you. She must decide she wants to be with you and not conclude she wants to be with you. It's brought to you by my books, How to Get Beautiful Women and Everything Else You Want from Life. In addition to How to Be Appealing to Successful Black Men for Black Women. They're both available at my website, www.matthewchorne.com. Get your copies. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and to continue to push with the algorithm so I can continue to bring you these elevated messages. And I hear you all in the comments. You want me to make particular videos on particular topics. Those are called custom videos. You have to make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description in order for me to make your custom video. There's a note feature on PayPal and Cash App. You can access the note feature after you make the donation on PayPal and Cash App. In the note feature, put the title of the video that you want me to make in the note feature and submit your donation, and I'll have your video on my channel in 24 hours or less. If your subject matter is more detailed and nuanced than just leaving a note on PayPal and Cash App, you make a donation of $150 or more to my PayPal and Cash App. You bypass the note feature, okay? You submit the donation, and then you email me at matthewchorne.com with your more nuanced and in-depth description of what you want me to make your video on. And once again, your video will be on my channel in 24 hours or less. And if my message tonight has been of value to you, if your thought processes have been elevated and you're better for having encountered my message, I want you all to make a donation to my PayPal and my Cash App information that's in my video description. I'll never tell you what to donate. Just donate according to how you've been impacted. I never take a donation lightly. Your donations continue to help me to stay present, to elevate and grow and move forward so I can be in position to bring you this elevated content. And transversely, you're able to elevate and grow as well, as long as I'm here to bring you these elevated words, man. It's a great exchange. Make sure you all donate. If you're in need of coaching, if you have different challenges, impediments, setbacks, and frustrations in the dating space, you're running in a circle and you want to be moving forward, then you need to contact me for your dating coaching, okay? I can get you through any situation that you're in with any woman. I can bring you clarity and we can experience a breakthrough in the coaching session. So if you're in need of coaching, email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave coaching in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, you leave your name, your phone number, and whatever issues that you're facing in the dating space. I'm going to do an assessment. I'm going to email you right back with the terms of the coaching. Once you accept the terms, we'll set a date and time, and the coaching will commence. You give me 1 hour of your life, and you're going to experience a breakthrough. I'm still looking to fill the remaining slots of the 5 individuals who want to take a year-long coaching journey with me. What that looks like is that you're going to get 3 coaching calls per week. And you're also going to have 24-hour access to me as well. Any situation that you find yourself in with any woman, as you're one of my 5 people who I'm mentoring for the year. Any situation you find yourself in, you call me, you email me, you text me, you're going to get an answer around the clock. This is very in-depth. That's why I only have the bandwidth for 5 people. So you're also going to meet up with me in person after I've been coaching you, and I trust that the coaching is taking root and you're elevating, you're growing, then we can meet up in person and I can coach you in person. We can go out together, bars, clubs, whatever, hang out, we'll find somewhere. And I want to see you, deal with some women in person and I can coach you. It's going to be an amazing year for everyone who signs up. Okay. So I'm also just going to do an assessment of you as well. So I'm going to look at you, assess you, see where you are, and then I want to assess where you want to be. And you want to get custom curriculum and coaching. Okay. From the very first coaching call, it's going to start exactly where you are. And then the last coaching call, you will have surpassed where you thought you were going to be. I promise you that. So if you're interested in a year-long coaching journey with me, I want you to email me at matt@matthewchorne.com. Leave mentorship in the subject matter of the email. In the body of the email, you leave your name, your phone number, and tell me exactly where you are right now in the dating space and in life and where you want to be. I want to do an assessment and then I want to call you. I'm not going to email you back. I'm going to call you and we're going to get on the line and decide if we're a good fit to work with one another over the course of a year. Okay? This is an amazing space. If you're serious about this, I want you to inquire. Lastly, my dating coaching community on a school platform. My dating coaching community on the school platform. I want everyone to sign up. Okay. I want everyone to sign up because you can talk to me once a week, every week, Monday night, 8 p.m. We have a live right in the community on the school platform, my dating coach community. We have a live. Okay. And you can ask me anything you want to ask me over the course of that hour. And I begin the live with a monologue on a prolific topic, something that's going to be impactful. I talk about it. And then every member of the community can ask me about it. We dialogue. And after we're done that, you can ask me anything you want to ask me. It's very simple, man. In addition to that, you get 2 custom videos every week that are not on YouTube, that are specific to the community. I come up with these video titles, and I also allow members of the community to give me video titles, and I put their custom videos in the community for everyone to view and benefit from. There's an archive of every live that I've had in the community, and there's an archive of every custom video that I've made in the community as well. So you can join, you can binge watch, you can catch up, and then you can get right online with everybody else. Okay, every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Get on that live, man. Amazing things happen on that live. You get to talk to me once a week for an hour, man. Where else are you going to find some value like that, man? Sign up for my school dating community. The link to sign up will be in the video description as well as pinned to the top of the comments. I've enjoyed spending some time with you all tonight. Always remember, become a man that a woman can decide on. Consult the crafter, and you will craft yourself into that man. If a woman has to conclude, that means that she had to wander away and come back. And that means that she comes back, you check some of her boxes because she couldn't get all of her boxes checked. That's the reality of it. So you never blame women. You always take responsibility for the people in your life and the subsequent outcomes that are a result of the people in your life. Always be a woman's first choice. And that's a guarantee that you're going to be in the space with those women if you are always your own first choice. Choose yourself and you'll find irrefutable balance. I see you all soon.